That's all I do now. Just that. That's my push day now.
So it doesn't get too sore. It just gives good results.
Yeah.
It doesn't get too fatigued either.
So I can do it for another day next on the same week.
Yeah.
Because before I remember I get all fucking tired and shit, and do it all again.
If you guys notice, if it's 9:15, let me know so I can check the cameras.
Hold on.
What?
You have a. You can have a 35 minutes.
Oh yeah, I just want to see.
Okay. You want me to here?
Oh yeah, we
Turn
can.
this off and then open it.
Oh yeah, Ray, can you give me another beer too? Thanks. Gotta start it out hot.
Fuck it.
Hey JD, how you wearing this jacket, bro? It's fucking hot.
It's really cold in my house. It's hot in here now. But I'm trying to stay fly though.
That jacket's not fly.
This jacket not
Balenciaga.
Wait,
It's fake,
Ray,
though.
is this jacket fly?
It's fake though.
It's cool. It literally looks like a. I literally have like a jacket just like this, except instead of the gray part, it's white.
But is it fly though?
That's not fly then.
That's not fly.
Ray, is it fly?
Maybe it's sick.
Alright. Bifu, it's fly?
Sorry.
Can't lie to me, Bifu.
I have a jacket like that, but it's fucking Louis Vuitton.
Louis who? Louis C?
Alright, JD, talk a lot because I'm gonna keep it down because I'm like the fucking villain, bro.
It's a good thing.
No, I'm gonna talk less.
I like
I
it,
wanna
though.
I wanna
I
watch
like
first because I don't know how the podcast works right now.
No, you just talk like-
I only watched one episode. I only watched one where you guys are just talking about how Nate is not your best friend, but you're Nate's best friend. That's the one I watched. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I watched that one. I was like, what the fuck?
That's a good
I hope
point.
it makes sense.
No, it doesn't really make sense. But I was like, alright, fuck it.
It does make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. It doesn't make sense.
Like giving somebody a responsibility
Mhm.
to be your best friend. It's like they
'Cause-
don't really see it as a responsibility.
Yeah, because I label like 4 people as my best friend. I label Kyle, Dylan, Rick before, not anymore, and Adam.
How about who's your best man?
My best man is probably Kyle. I don't know. We're like really close friends, but I can't consider you my best friend. Yeah, because
I agree.
I consider your best friend like Justin. I don't consider it to be me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I consider us still really close
I feel
friends.
like Justin and then like
Closer
everybody
friends. Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
because you're, like,
Yeah.
three, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about my friend group too. I feel like them, and then everyone else is like underneath it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. What about is he next to my level or is he a little lower?
No, he's a little lower. But he used to be like, me and him used to be really close though. So.
So,
No, what the fuck? I never fucked with that fool. I never ever fucked with that guy.
Dude, I gotta bleep all these names out now.
Oh, he started already?
Oh, shit.
Oh, I thought you just cut like everything.
Oh yeah, just cut the whole beginning.
I like just leaving the beginning when we're like talking about random stuff.
Shit.
Let's go. I'll just put Ethan's name on all the bleeps.
Alright.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so welcome back everyone for our next episode for Poor Decisions. I'm gonna be your host again, Brian. Today I'm joined with.
JD.
Raymond.
Ethan.
Alright, so for our first question today, this has to do with starting a family versus continuing a family. So what I mean by this is, do you think in the future when you have kids, are you gonna be more pushing your own ideals to your kids, or are you gonna be passing on what your parents want? Because for a lot of times I feel like a lot of parents, they expect that when you have grandkids that they'll be able to, I guess, dictate how they grow up as well, as similar how they dictate how you grow up. But there's also some people that are like, no, my parents aren't gonna have anything to do with raising them up, more so just watching them at most.
I'll do the letting my parents dictate too, because more so I usually get into like conversations with my parents and they always tell me one thing's right and I always go against it, like how naive and young I am, and then they always end up being right. So I feel like every time there's someone of age that's older than you and you can tell that they're wiser, you should listen to that advice that they give you. Not only that, I think my parents raised me and my sister well. That's why I feel like they could have the proper guidance to help me raise a kid, and not like fully raise the kid, but give me advice and I take it how it is, and then I use that to reflect on my kids.
But do you think, even for like, as you can see, like for our parents teaching us how basically they were taught, their like traditional ideals is already like starting to get outdated for us. So how will that work out for our kids, which are another generation behind them, if we decide to continue that?
Like what kind of traditional things? Like, can you give me an example?
I guess like, how to say, I don't know if college would be a good one, because that one, would you be open to your kid, more open for your kid to find a career that they're passionate in versus a career that they're making money in? Because that's definitely a stronger topic for our parents.
Oh shoot, yeah, that it would have to have a fine line, right? Like,
Okay, yeah.
If they're like working a minimum wage job that has no room for growth, but they like it, then you have to cut that out of the picture because it's not realistic, you know. But they're doing like something like, let's say they like to do barber. They make good money. You can scale your business. You can open more barber shops. Something they like to do, talk to new people. Yeah, then I'll let them do it. It just really depends from. You also have to keep in account that they're still young and naive too, so they can't always make full-on decisions for themselves. So you have to give them advice and guide them through it, and they take how it is too, because like it's just human nature sometimes to be young and naive and not listen to people who are wiser than you, and you just have to experience it yourself. So, yeah, for the traditional part, like how you said, the college, you know, or something they're passionate about, I'll definitely side, like kind of in the middle, not too traditional, not too loose and lenient. Like, yeah, just mix in a little bit of both, you know, like take some advice from my parents, what they give me about like, oh, they need to go to college and stuff, and mix it in with things that are new, like what they're passionate about, what experiences they like, stuff like that. Just taking the good stuff from each, or like whatever you think is good, you know. It's hard to explain, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, I agree with you, 100%. But my parents, of course, they're very lenient with me. I'm the youngest, so it's like everyone's like just chilling. But for the most part, everything what you said is what I would do too. I'll just let them like put what they put on me onto my kids as well, and then I would just like sprinkle something here and there. When it comes to like the traditional job or whatever, I wouldn't mind either way, because like mine was never traditional, but you know, it's just whatever the kid's passionate about.
Even if they don't make a lot of money.
I guess it depends, you know? Like, is there like room for the growth to make a lot of money, or is it they're stagnated at this level forever?
They're passionate about being a janitor.
What if
Stop it. Stop it.
what if we'll give you this scenario? So like
Alright.
ideally for us, we want to be set up like good, and like yeah, you can take care of like your kids financially for a good amount of time, even
Yeah.
after college, right?
Yeah.
So if you have that room, are you more likely to just let them like, I guess, try stuff out, since you're not as much like under the pressure of like them getting a job to support you immediately? Because like I'll give you an example. So for me, my parents are older, right?
Yeah.
So by the time that I graduate, and likewise for my sister,
Yeah.
my parents are looking to retire already.
Yeah.
So I don't have as much room to like, oh, let me try around this
Yeah.
to like get an income steady.
Yeah, yeah.
So would you let them try it, or is that still dependent on how you are gonna do in the future?
That's a good question. But my situation is similar to yours though. My parents are already retired.
Oh,
So, yeah, they already are retired.
So do you feel like you had I guess somewhat like a little bit of pressure to like?
I feel like I had a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
but I also felt like I had to do everything at the same time. Like I was doing all of my other stuff while I was still in college. You know, like I did
that's-
both at the same time.
That's because
Yeah.
of their age.
Yes,
Right?
yeah, but also because of the pressure that they want you to go to school because they're traditional.
Do you think you would have like, I guess, tried less if like they were like, I guess, younger and like could still take care of themselves?
Maybe. I don't know though. That's such a hypothetical question that I can't answer because you know it's not my
Got it.
life.
Okay.
For JD, I think he just loves the pressure though. He likes his
Yeah.
back against the wall.
Yeah.
But you freeze under pressure.
No.
Damn.
That only happened one time. Hey.
Yeah.
And I was on the Henny.
No, like, can you speak about like your personal experience? You know, like if you start like a little business or something, how did your parents react to that? And like, your back against the wall. You know, you came up with a good plan. Like, did you let them know that you're secure? You came up with a good plan, or like, how did that go?
No, I never told them because they're super traditional. So I never ever told them. I just did it. But I stayed in school the whole time, so I just did it while they didn't know.
Okay.
But
so
yeah,
like,
I would probably do the same thing for my kids. Actually, I probably wouldn't want to know, but I would just want them to stay in college.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
so
that,
like
that's all.
if they're trying something like adventurous, you
Yeah.
would just have them keep that to
Yeah,
themselves.
keep to themselves.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
you don't have to worry.
Yeah,
about
I don't have to worry about it. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Alright, that makes sense.
yeah,
So you're doing it for your family and for yourself.
yeah,
at
yeah.
the same
Exactly.
time.
But I don't want them to worry and think that I'm not doing what they think is right still.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you never find it as a burden where you have to care for your parents' thoughts because you're selfless.
No, it's more like I don't want them to worry, like about something that they don't need to worry about.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Rather just tell them, just think like everything's all chill.
Or like tell
Yeah.
them when you're already like good to go.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah,
them.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Exactly.
Because some people wouldn't have that same like mindset, you know. Some people would be like, hey, like I need to drop school. Like they don't care about their parents' thoughts or views, and they'll let them take the worry, and they don't care if they're a burden or whatnot, you know.
Yeah, because what you did is like a little bit different. Like I think more parents are worried about like when they choose like one or the other. Like they drop college, try to push like this passion,
Yeah.
or they drop passion, push college.
That's
So-
true. That is true.
Yeah, you're different.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know. I just fucking fucked it.
You're like
How
Drake.
about you, Ray?
I guess tying to your first point, like
Whether
guess-
you're gonna continue.
Like if I continue, I think I would, yeah, definitely listen to my parents for the most part, because I think, you know, the way they like, you know, raised me and my sister was like pretty good, kind of like exactly the same way as like Ethan talked about. But at the same time, like you do want to like kind of sprinkle in your own thoughts and your ideals, because I guess the way they raised you might not be applicable to the younger generation all the time. But yeah, for the most part, I'll listen to their guidance and then kind of go from there. As far as like traditional job or not, exact same thing too. Like with you guys, like I feel like my parents are on the older side, so it's not like they put the pressure on me, but I put the pressure on myself to like get shit figured out. And what makes it worse, it's like I didn't really have shit figured out, so like I kind of like go through it and then hopefully figure it out at the end. So for my kids, actually, I would kind of do the same thing what my parents did for me. They were like, do what you want, but like make sure you're in school as like your fail-safe plan, no matter what. You know what I mean? So.
And then as for examples, I forgot. I did list some down. All right, so one top example. Are you gonna beat your kids?
Am I gonna beat my kids? Oh, dude, that's actually insane. Because I was literally gonna ask a question that was like related to that.
I think definitely if needed, because like there's definitely some like you can tell like there's some people like where when they grow up they definitely get actual babied by their parents to the point where it's too far gone for them to, I guess, learn like certain habits, because like it's a habit at that point. If you build a habit from like so many years, if you tell someone how to change, it's like it's not gonna change.
It's not gonna be the same when you're older. Like I feel like there's something about getting your ass beat when you're younger that's like invaluable.
It's memorable.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very memorable. Actually, which that brings me to like a question I was gonna ask.
Go ahead.
So I guess under like disciplinary action as a parent, right? For me, like yeah, I got my ass beat when I was a kid, but at the same time, it got to the point where my parents had to actually be like pretty creative about it. Okay, so for example, instead of getting my ass beat, my dad would actually force me to eat like spicy ass fucking chilies.
Wow.
And that I think proved to be a lot more effective than like getting my ass beat. And in the long term, I guess it did help me like be able to eat spicy foods. So I guess it's a good benefit, right?
So, but do you remember what you got punished for to help you on that part?
Dude, I don't remember what I did. I did
So
some
I don't-
stupid shit.
Just don't misbehave.
I just don't
that's
remember.
it.
Yeah.
Don't misbehave.
So I guess my question for you is, did your parents ever have to take like a very unique approach to disciplinary action, or something that was different from the traditional way of like, oh, I'm just gonna physically punish my kid?
Oh, physically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or something that like if they tried a different method to kind of like get through
There's a
you.
different form of physical,
Yeah.
because like eating chilies is still kind of physical too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So one time, me and my sister are just like, you know, we're kids. Me and my sister are always like, to this day, we still argue. You know. So we argued this one time, or like had a kick fight like when I was 5, and my dad brought out the chopping board. I was gonna chop off her leg, like, for real. Like, if you guys don't know my dad, like he's a really scary guy. Like I'm not scared of anybody but my dad. Okay, like anybody. Like, bro, if I see Shaq, I won't be scared, bro. Like if he wanted to kill me, but my dad, I'm really scared of him. So he was like, my foot was almost there, and like he was about to swing it down, like for real. Okay, like I swear to God, it was not just because I was 5. He was not playing games. Okay, he was gonna chop my foot, but my mom was like, wait, like chill. And like he used to like threatened to burn me with incense, like it was like really close, like but like he didn't do it yet, you know. But yeah, he was about to chop my foot, and then like we were about to go to the hospital right after, but like my mom said no, it's a little too far and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I think it is, you know what I mean? Like another thing that was like kind of creative that he did, that like, because when you grow older they stop hitting you slowly, you know, because you're like getting more mature. He would make you stand in a corner. Yeah, no. I never hit back. Like, I'll go like that sometimes, but like that's when I got my ass beat even more. You know? So like if I flinch, like I might make my mom flinch, boom. Yeah, but another thing was like where I stood in the corner. Like I don't know if you guys did that. Like they call it fuck K and like
Yeah.
One time I was like standing in a corner for like God knows how long. You know, like they finished like 2 Transformers movies, like, and then I was still standing there, and I was like,
They
dude.
forgot about you.
Yeah, I think they forgot. You know, like I was just in the corner still. Dinner time comes by and like they're about to go to sleep, and then my dad goes to get water and he sees me. He's like, "Oh shoot, you're still standing there." So yeah, like that's another creative thing. I'm gonna come up with more creative stuff though, like for my kids though. Most definitely.
I think for creative, it wasn't directly my parents. It was my uncle that used to visit a lot with like their family and stuff.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, I had a bad habit when I would use the restroom. Like I would think, oh, it's number one. I'll be quick in and out. I don't close the door, right? And then, I think one time my uncle threatened me. If you don't close the door, I'm running in there with a pair of scissors. And then afterwards, I was like, I'll close the door every single time. Close the door, lock it, and make sure it's locked. And it never happened again.
What was he gonna do? Cut your hair or what?
He's like acting all oblivious.
Dude, I couldn't fucking hold it in. Fuck, that was good.
But as for like, I guess it's not that creative because like I kind of expect it now. This is not like a physical form of punishment, but every time like either one of them gets mad at me, I already know immediately the other one is gonna be super nice to me. The good cop, bad cop. But like I expect this so much now where like my mom will get pissed or something. Then my mom walks away, then 5 seconds later my dad comes in, it's okay man, she's always like this. I'm like, I knew you were coming since before she stopped talking.
Oh, that's cool. That's good to get that. Got bad cop, bad cop. One's going like that, one's going this.
Yeah, dude.
What about you, JD?
Dude, I didn't really get discipline like that. The only thing that I had is like yours, but we didn't stand though. We sat. We had this little corner in my old house. We just sat on the floor for hours. That's it. I never got physically hit either.
Oh.
Yeah, we just sat there for like hours. That's all I did. Yeah, but I never really got disciplined like that.
You're a really good kid then. Man.
Maybe I don't know.
Must have been.
Yeah.
I think, going back to the thing you're saying about like standing in a corner. So they did that to me when I was like super young, like really young, before like, they were still like be going to the restroom with me. So there's one time I was standing there for so long, and I was like, damn, no one's coming here to take me to the restroom. I was like, all right then, I'd be in the corner. And then later they come back to get me. It's like, why is it wet? I don't know. And we just leave from there.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I used to take shits everywhere too. I also yeah, right? You guys did too, right? No?
Yeah, even now.
Dude, hey, tell us that one story where you had. Come on.
Which one? There's a
He
lot.
said which one?
We were like sharded and you didn't know. You're like, oh, shit, my pants.
Never happened. Not like that at least.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you know, remember like when COVID first happened? I have a funny ass story about that. When COVID first happened, you know how everything was closed, all the restaurants, everything was closed.
Yeah.
So I was driving back with my parents for like maybe like 40 minutes, and you guys know like I have like the stomach problem. You guys know? So dude, I was literally a street away from my house, like 1 street away, and I literally fucking shit my pants, dude. And I was during COVID, so like what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
It was fucking nuts. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like I couldn't hold it in anymore, dude. It was like nuts. And then I go into the house and I immediately throw away all the clothes I was wearing, even my shirt, dude. Because I was like, dude, I can't wear this shirt no more. I threw away all my clothes and hopped in the shower, and I fucking showered.
Dang, was it like wet?
No, it was like solid, all solid. Yeah, the shit was nuts, dude.
You know how like
Insane.
your cheeks are on the seat? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
So it's spread in your crack?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I had to throw away those pants too.
And
You gotta
it's
burn
your
that
ball
shit.
sack? It's your ball sack?
I don't fucking know, man. What? I don't know
Oh,
about
my
that.
bad. Dude,
I just threw everything away and showered, dude. It was fucking nasty.
It's nasty.
his seat was elevating when he's driving.
Actually, I was like standing.
Oh shit, that's fuck. All right, we'll move on from the beating kid one. All right, another thing. I don't think any of our parents do it, but are you gonna give your kids an allowance?
Oh, yeah. My parents give me an allowance for sure.
Oh, you get allowance? But like
Yeah.
you get like, oh, every Sunday you're gonna get paid this.
Yeah. So like it only no. You know the funny thing? I never got allowance when I was a kid. Only during college.
Oh no, I think that I would do that during
Oh,
college.
okay.
That makes more sense because like,
Yeah.
but like there's like some kids elementary, high school, like they're getting a stable income
oh nah.
For doing nothing.
for doing nothing. That's why I don't get it all.
Yeah.
Nah, that's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him an allowance, but like for me, it was like I'm in high school. Hey, my friends want to go out. Like, hey, can I like have like $20 just to go out to like get some food, whatever, like friends.
Yeah.
Like things like that. It wasn't like, oh, $40 every single week. Here you go.
On a Monday, getting
You know
a
what I mean?
paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get what
It's
you're
like,
saying. Yeah.
like case by case.
Because if it's like valid, like, because my parents would be like, hey, can I used to ask for allowance actually like, when I was in elementary. they're like, you know, like, we got all the money for you. Like, just ask us when you need it. You know what I mean? Like, so they know it's not spent on stupid shit. Because like when you're younger, you get like imagine a $50 allowance every week, dude. You're gonna be spending on dumbass shit all the time, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Like insanely stupid shit. I'm so glad I didn't do that though. What about you, dude?
Yeah. No, I never got a house. I never had money. Like, dude, and even I probably wouldn't do it in college either. I just worked throughout high school into college.
No, but like, would you give your kids like?
No,
I guess,
no,
like, some
never,
money,
never.
No, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't ever. Only for like field trips and shit, like what Ray said, like shit like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't
Oh,
give them
wow.
anything. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I agree with that.
I think I would do the same thing like my parents did for college. So when I went to college, they gave me a credit card with like a certain amount of limit, and like it would be like, oh, if you feel like you need to use it, use it. But it's like it's not like uncapped range. It'll be like, oh, if you want to eat, like every once in a while eat, but like if I were to like eat every single day, then they would tell me. But I wouldn't even get to that point.
Oh, okay.
But, like,
Okay.
It's more like it's there if you need it type of thing.
Yeah. No, I completely get that. I feel like Asian families, they already know that. Like, the kids already know that the parents are kind of struggling too, so you don't want to spend all their money, you know what I mean? Like, the only time you spend their money is if you really, really ain't got it, you know what I mean? Like, like for me, like, they gave me, like, a credit card, like, hey, no, they didn't give me a credit card. They gave me, like, money, like, hey, use this if you really need food, like, and I'll feel really bad using their money.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're like, damn, you already see them coming home late nights, cooking you food after for dinner, and then washing all the dishes and then going to sleep and stuff like that. Like, dude, you work so hard all day and night. Like, you don't want them to use their own money for that. Like, you try your best not to use their money. If anything, you're working for yourself, right? Like, I feel like that's just an Asian thing, though, right?
Yeah, I don't even know at what age where I first heard like allowance. I was like, what is that? Because like it was never like a word that was brought up like within my family. Like it could be like I remember like my first time actually like trying to save money. It was when I was going to summer school, right? And you know how, like they'll like sell snacks or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I told my mom, I was like, oh, can I get a snack? Or like pretty much she was like, oh, you can just get a snack every day because like 50 cents or whatever, right? So for 3 months, every day I would get the 50 cents and I would save it up until the end of the summer just so I could cash it all in. And I don't know why I spent it on though. But I just remember every day I was like, oh, Brian, you're not going to get a snack? No, I can't. Keep saving up.
Sense, bro. You probably got like $15, man.
bug, bro.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't go to this. Alright, and I guess this is, we can kind of like wrap this one up. So, common thing, so if my mom gets like mad at like something that like let's say a certain like I wouldn't say characteristic, maybe we'll say like a habit that I have, and then she says that oh, it's because you hang out with your friends, they're always going out, stuff like that, and like that's why you're like this. And then but in my personal opinion, well, I'll leave with this question. Do you think you're an embodiment of your parents or your friends? Because for me personally, I think I'm more like my parents than I am with the friend groups that I hang out with.
I don't know, yeah.
I think when I was younger, I definitely was like more like my friends. Like me in middle school, or I think with a lot of kids, especially when you're a lot younger, like you really want to like, I guess like fit in with your friends a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of just like for me, right? I try to just do everything that everyone else is doing. Like, oh, all my friends want to do sports. Like, I want to play sports too because I don't want to like feel left out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then the older you get, you're like, okay, this is fucking stupid. Like, you might as well just do your own thing. I don't know if that's the same for you guys, but
So
that's how it was
like,
for me.
So you're saying you were more peer pressured as a kid?
I would think so, yeah. So like I was more like my friends when I was younger, but then now definitely like I can see like all the morals and like the things that, you know, my parents like taught to me like really stand out versus when I was younger.
Or like not even morals, we can even say like characteristics. Because like I remember like I would reflect sometimes like if like my dad, he's very stubborn, right?
Okay.
But like if I'm truthfully honest with myself, I'm pretty stubborn too when it comes to certain things. So it's like I'm definitely like a variation of his characteristics rather than I don't think the majority of my friends I don't think they're that stubborn. Like the characteristics that I take on is like not built off of my friends, they're more so my parents.
Nature.
Okay. Oh.
That's a good example, Ryan. No, that reminded me of something. That's why.
Well,
Go ahead.
Oh, so basically, like a relationship I'm in, every time we get in a fight, like you know how stubborn I am. I'm fucking stubborn. Like, but that's because my parents are both very, very stubborn, both. And I realized that as I got older, because my friends that are stubborn, we always butt heads like all the time. And then I guess it comes out in like relationships with get in a fight with a girl, and dude, every time I had to be right, dude, every single fucking time, and that shit leads to like bigger fights and bigger fights, But like now I can see it in myself, but like before I could never see it when I was younger. But yeah, I guess I get that from the parents, like.
But what if you're actually right?
Oh no! Even if I wasn't right, I would still argue. I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck.
It's like I have to be right.
I have to be right.
That's all you.
Yeah.
That's all you did.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess building off of that, then yeah, I guess I'm definitely more like my parents then. Like my dad's pretty like short-tempered, so I feel like that's like me too on a lot of things.
I like how we both not right.
He's very short-tempered.
So.
Everybody watching, he's short-tempered.
Yeah. No, that's why. But the thing is, like, so we're able to like see that in ourselves. Like, oh, we're like, let's say for us to be stubborn. But like, whenever I tell my dad that, he's like, no, I'm not stubborn. It's like you get that from your friends, not me, and stuff like that. And I'm like, how do I even bring that back?
Yeah, parents, man. Nature versus nurture.
Do you think you're more like your parents or you're more like your friend group?
I feel like both, like stubbornness, stubbornness. I don't know what else, like, dude, like ambitious, it's cool swag. I get it from my parents.
No,
But my friends, yeah, like you take, dude, I think you just take stuff like everybody's like a sponge. You take some from your friends, you take some from your family. But for the most part, like, apparently there's like a study like, oh, you are who you are. Like 70% who you are is from ages 1 through 8, what you learn through 1 through 8. So it's for sure more of like nurture, like you're, like, no, yeah, it's for sure more nurture. Like, the people you hang around with, like your childhood friends, how your family raised you, or like who your family surround yourself with. Like, if you had like aunties that are like chill, you're probably gonna be chill. Like stuff like that, apparently, but like I don't know how true that study is, but
right.
Yeah.
So in regards to this, tell me if you think it's like a right assumption. I think everyone is an embodiment of their parents. Either you have certain characteristics of your parents, or you specifically try to have the opposite of that. And then the reason why some people think that your friend group is, or like your parents think that you get it from your friends, is because usually for friends you find similar people like you. Not that you got it from them to begin with, right?
Yeah.
So like, let's say JD, he's stubborn, but he's stubborn because of his parents. But his friends didn't make him stubborn. He just liked to find stubborn friends to be around him.
Yeah.
Because it's just normal for you to be around that.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, you get close to people who like are just like you.
But I feel like they rarely like, I wouldn't say, I don't know, rarely. I guess like my friends don't have that much of an impact of like my own decisions, right? Like at the end of the day, that's probably more so just your own, or if anything, more your parents than your friends.
Yeah. Whatever that meant. I had no clue. I got
You go on.
No, but yeah, no, I think so.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, no, actually, I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
We just kept going with like friends, family, and I was like, oh shit. No, just the last part I didn't get. I was like, oh shit.
What was the thing that you had to bring?
Bring what?
The question that you had.
Oh no, I can't say it, man.
Can you type it to me?
Nah.
You don't have to give your input. You don't have to give your input.
Oh
wait, if you're not gonna give your input, then you can just say it.
No, fuck it. I don't have a question.
He does not have a question.
I don't have a question. It's
Alright.
too controversial.
Alright, we'll give you this one. Alright. So let's say you're having a threesome, alright?
Oh shit! How the fuck did Crazy go to this? Crazy transitions are.
You have a threesome with 2 girls. Their rating, a combination rating, personality or looks, right? It's a overall rating, alright?
Oh.
Those 2 girls have to add up to 10. What's your combination?
9 and 1. 9 and 1.
Your eyes are open the whole time though.
Yeah.
9 and
You
1?
know how like some like videos that you watch is like one girl's getting a lot of action and one girl's just chilling on the side? It's gonna be like that anyways.
What if you have to give them both equal action? Does that change anything?
7 and 3.
I was gonna say 7 and 3 as well.
No, actually I was joking on the 7 and 3. Like, why would you do that? You're gonna get a mid-tier girl and a really ugly girl. Like.
So your headset at 9-1, or do you
Yeah,
go
9-1,
10-0? No, 10-0?
Oh, there's such thing as 10-0? What the fuck is
I said that.
10-0?
I said
It's
that's
like
a
a human. Alright, it's like a dog. Alright, yeah, 10-0.
He's a dog.
10-0, yeah, 10-0. Or 10-2, 10-2.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
All right, so you're gonna have threesome with 2 girls.
Right.
Their ratings have to add up to 10. So let's say this girl's a 5, the other girl has to be a 5.
Yeah.
This girl's a 9, other girl can at most be a 1.
He's gonna say 2 ones.
wait.
Yo.
So, does that have to have equal? The thing you said with E is equal action for both.
The equal action.
Yeah, I'll do 5-5. Yeah.
What?
Because that way it's equal action, so I won't like feel turned off by either one. Because you think about it, you do 9-1, you're gonna get soft on the 1.
Yeah, so I can last longer than 9.
Oh shit.
It's got a high level.
No, I'll still do 5-5.
What about you, Ray?
I don't even know. That's a hard question.
5-5 stupid. It's like dating 2 F girls.
I don't know if I do 5-5. I'd probably go the Ethan route.
9-1.
Yeah.
Like
So you go that way or like 10-0.
I don't know.
Cut
what
your
a
losses
zero
there.
is.
Like,
A 0 is like another gender.
what?
0 is
So 0
Yeah.
attractiveness for you.
Oh, 0 attractiveness for me. Yeah, 10-1 then. No, I mean 10-0.
All right.
Joining
All right, now that one is just tossing. All right. This is a part 2 for this one. So I think generally, what's your thought on asking for a prenup?
Oh shoot, that's perfect. Alright, for a prenup. Thought on asking for a prenup.
I'll lead with mine and then you can say whether or not.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's perfectly fine and it's not any form of like disrespect. Because if you have nothing to worry about, then there should be nothing to like.
It shouldn't be a problem at all.
It should-
Yeah.
I
No,
agree.
I think I agree. I think there should be nothing wrong with asking for one.
Found the book.
Yeah, because I don't know why.
Oh, you caught him.
Oh, it's nice. Down with the
Get his
fucking
ass. What is he?
with that little ass bottle.
Don't lose it.
Nice.
I'm about to get so drunk right now. He's like, what?
I think he's dead.
He's not dead.
He's chilling.
Just push the lid on
You
it.
should make sure the lid's on top.
Yeah, I got it.
Alright. But yeah, prenup. If there's no problem, if you don't feel like you're gonna leave that person, then this goes with both ends. Cause like it's not just like a guy asking a girl. Sometimes a girl asking for a guy as well. I feel like there's no issue with it.
I don't know. I feel like that's awkward. Like, you know how like some people have superstition, like, oh, don't record something bad because you're gonna, or don't record a situation where something could turn bad because you're actually trying to like capture that moment.
Mhm.
Like, let me give you an example. So like, if you're always planning for a plan B, you're not focused on the plan A. You know,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, if you're already thinking about like the divorce part, it's like, damn, it might be bound to happen because you're manifesting that already. Like, for the most part, you can see our parents, like, none of them have prenups, but also we came from like shit.
So
it's
they
like,
had nothing to
you know, like, you know, so it's also defeating the whole purpose, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like if they stuck with you throughout the whole way, it's like ups and downs. So like if they're all the way back at the down, you're down, and they're still with you, like there would probably be no use for a prenup because they already like stuck it through with you the whole entire time. Like 10 years, like you had like 2 years good or normal, and then like 5 years shit, and then 3 years good. Like you ask that girl to marry you, for the most part, you're already pretty sure that this girl is not gonna leave you. Or like even if she does, like fuck, like what the hell, like why, dude? Like why now? You know?
Oh, I understand the manifesting part. Okay, so let's say in regards to that,
Mhm.
then why do we pay for insurance?
Oh shoot.
Because
Yeah, I
that's
don't know why.
that's a point that someone brought up. Like, oh, you're basically manifesting for the
No.
worst, the same thing.
No, because government is making me pay. Like, if I didn't have to pay for insurance, I wouldn't do it, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, dude, imagine you're paying $300 a month, right, for your car?
Mm.
Dude, every time I paid that $300, imagine I saved $300 instead. For like, let's say I'd never gotten a car crash for 10 years. 300 times 6, no, 300 times 12 is 3,600. Times 10 years, bro, that's $36K in your pocket, man. You could have just bought a new car.
Yeah, but
That's true.
Also, but like also it comes into the likelihood. Let's say your car, whatever it is. Let's say like average car like 30K.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think within 10 years, it's I wouldn't say highly likely, but there's a good chance that something's gonna happen. Not even just your own, like self-driving. It's like just that it happens from other people.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll probably, let's say something happens, like unfortunately, like your car drowning within the first 3 years.
Yeah.
I only paid like 9,000 for that, but then I ended up getting a whole check for the car.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like, but that insurance is like so minimal, like that. It's such a small percent compared to like marriage or something. You know, like marriage is like two factors. I feel like a factor that I feel like you can control. Like if you see some red flags in this girl that you think that this marriage isn't gonna last and you still go into that, that's like kind of your fault. You know what I mean? Like it always takes two to tango. It's never just one person's fault.
Mm-hmm.
But for a car, like you're comparing it to a car, sometimes you drive straight, someone hits you from the side. It's not two to tango. You just did something wrong. You know what I mean? Like no, they just did something wrong. You did nothing.
Yeah.
You're just unlucky. Like I feel like marriage is completely different from that. It's something that you could tell or you could read, and if you can't, then that's your fault. Because at the end of the day, it's always your fault. When it comes to interacting with other people, you could deal with the situation better than you can, for the most part.
But the thing about the prenup that you brought up, that it like bad manifestation or whatever. How come that's not usually the argument? It's like it's usually this is disrespectful. It's not that it's manifesting bad stuff. It's more so like it's something with me, right?
But they're just gaslighting you, then like, right? I don't know. Like if the girl's saying that, yeah, it's like different. Dude, it just really depends on the situation. Like, I feel like if it's a girl that's asking for the prenup when you're already asking you why you want a prenup when you're already rich, when you met them when they're rich, that's totally different from when someone's stuck with you throughout your whole side and they're like, why are you asking for a prenup now? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I got married, like, dude, I've been through with they have a valid excuse. Like, let's say I ask a girl to marry me that's been through 10 years with me, downs and bad, and I ask for a prenup, they're gonna, in their head, it's gonna be like, what the fuck, why'd you ask me for a prenup? I've been through the worst with you already. What makes you think I'm gonna leave you at your best? You get what I'm saying? Compared to a girl that's like, oh, you just met her and she knows you're rich now, and then she asks you for a prenup. Like, oh my god, is it me? Like, they're two different situations. That's why I say it all depends. But for the
Okay.
most
No,
part,
yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
No, I agree with that.
And they have like the exact same
I
answer.
have the exact same answer as
like,
that. Yeah, it's all situational when you met the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was my leading. All right, so to build off on this one, do you think asking for a prenup is the same as asking for a paternity test? Because I saw someone ask for a paternity test because the baby, it was like a story, like the baby came out like slightly, I guess, didn't look like how he would have expected. And then he asked for a paternity test to figure out whether or not the kid was his. And then the girl got upset because she thought it was disrespectful. But in this situation, right, I guess kind of overall, like if there's nothing wrong with it, what's the problem in doing it?
I don't know.
I don't know if they're the same. I feel like it's.
Well, they're not the same, I guess, degree of like, because that one is cheating, the other is leaving.
Yeah.
All right, but like, do you think like it's somewhat valid for them to ask? If obviously they're not gonna ask with every single baby, but like if the baby comes out like
if there's like valid reason as to why they would ask for it, like that baby just looks really fucked up. It's like doesn't look remotely close to you. You know what I mean?
said different enough.
I mean, you know what I mean, right? But okay, then I'm like, okay, yeah, like I don't think you should feel like disrespected. Like you could be, like, you kind of see it from the other person's perspective. You know what I mean? In a way.
No, they won't take it like that.
But
I so. You think so?
I think it's because we don't have fucking kids.
I'll do
I
it
can't
in
say.
secret though, for sure. Like after I take the baby and then like get the blood test, do mine too. I wouldn't tell them straight up because it would kind of be disrespectful. But I feel like it's also, like I said, like a guy's fault. Like, hey, if you don't trust your girl, like, why the hell would you?
Did you like be with them?
Yeah. Like,
well, yeah, I see that.
But it's like sometimes let's say like you do
it's
trust
like,
them, and then like
you do trust them. It's out of your control.
and
Like
then it
she
goes
goes
sour.
she goes during work or something.
Yeah.
Like work.
dang, that's crazy.
you get fucked.
Like it's out of his control until like baby's there.
I wouldn't do like a false accusation first. Like I don't think I would ask for a paternity test. That's
Oh yeah, I don't think
crazy.
I don't think I would ask it straight up. But do you think like they have like I guess some levels of like similarities of like it's not, don't just take it as straight up like disrespect. If I have reason to, then I should have reason to, right?
I'll
Like,
say yeah, all depends still, yeah.
But dude, when you think about it, like, regardless if you're right or not,
if you're
the,
right,
the minute you ask for the paternity test, though, like, I don't think everything's gonna be nothing's gonna be the same.
no,
You know what I mean?
the only good situation is that you hope you're wrong, right? Or like no, that you hope you're right. Because if you're wrong, then it's fucked. Because now it's like
Yeah, it's just not gonna be the same.
it is your kid, but now it's weird. But
yeah, it's like like that level of trust is not the same.
You broke that trust. Like you, they don't trust you. You're telling them that you don't trust them at all, and you're having a kid with them, and then it's your kid. It's like fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You better hope that's your fucking. You better hope that's
Not your
not your fucking kid.
Yeah. So you better do all your homework, do all gather all the evidence
man.
before you do that shit.
Yeah, I'll do for that. Can you crack that for JD? He looks thirsty.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. But I'll drink one.
That's crazy.
okay, I actually missed this one. This was supposed to be our previous topic. All right, so since we all none of us are only childs.
Thank you.
Do you think comparison is an effective parenting tool?
Like comparing you to your sibling?
Oh, and like
Oh.
the cousins and shit.
We'll say like
yeah.
everything. Just comparing, or we'll leave it at siblings first.
Comparing you to your sibling, it depends on like you yourself. Like if you take it the right way, then yeah, it's very beneficial. Like it kind of just pushes you to do better. But like I don't know. It also depends on your sibling too. Like if you have a sibling that's like I guess not as successful, and then you get that comparison. Like
Well,
I feel like it's
see,
not as,
like the thing you said
effective.
about it depends on yourself, right?
Yeah.
So that's out of your parents' control, right?
Yeah.
So regardless of that, do you think you're gonna like to some extent like have a comparison, like or not have a comparison, but like make it like straightforward to your kid that there is like some form of like comparing them to other people, in a way to like I guess motivate them to like I wouldn't say do better isn't the right term, but just like have someone like higher than you that you can aim for.
Okay, wait. What do you mean by that? Like.
So all right, so for me, I'm the oldest sibling.
Mm-hmm.
In order for me to get any comparison, my parents compare me to my older cousins.
Okay.
All right. And I think that although it's annoying, it does help because I guess for the thing you said about depends on you. My favorite thing is if I can prove someone wrong. That's like the greatest motivation. So for them, like saying, "Oh, why aren't you like your cousin or whatever," it pushes me more to like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this to prove you wrong." Not even for like the satisfaction of being like successful like they are. More so like, "Oh, I want to prove you wrong." So I guess in that way, comparison works as a positive motivation for me.
Okay.
So are you gonna do it regardless for your
Otherwise-
kids?
Yeah, I think it has its benefits. Like, I think at the same time, you do need to know like how to balance it out. Like if I'm just continually pushing that narrative, like, hey, like, why aren't you like your older sibling? You know what I mean? Like, kind of like, it brings their like spirits down. But like if you kind of like bring it up every now and then, and you know how to like I guess like time it, then I think it's very beneficial. It kind of gives you that goal to reach towards. Like a good way to motivate you.
Like not totally discourage somebody, but not like totally. I mean, no, not to discourage them, but kind of motivate them instead.
Yeah.
Find that fine line between that, right? Like
Yeah.
that equal balance. But yeah, like then again, it just all depends too, like how that person.
How they
is.
take it,
yeah.
How they take it. Like some people are like, they take it too literal. They can take that as some type of discouragement towards them, and it only shoots them downwards instead of like motivating them. Everybody like has a different like social cue or no like a cue that kicks in to motivate them or something. It could be like wealth, like they need to be more wealthy. It'll kick in, or they being compared to like this guy, like he wants to prove everybody wrong. That could be like a factor. But just throughout everything in the world, you're being compared to something. You're taking a test, you're getting compared to a standard. You're going to get accepted to colleges, you're getting compared to everybody else. You're taking an SAT score, a GRE, you're getting compared to something, It's just how you take it. Like, oh, I performed bad on this SAT. Am I going to get discouraged, or should I be motivated and work harder to get a better score? You're always getting compared throughout the whole entire world, like every day of the week. You got a lower salary than me? Oh man, like I'm not gonna work that hard, or am I gonna work harder to freaking get a better salary? This is how you take it. You're always getting compared.
Wait, do you have an extra question? I have an extra question from the previous one I just thought of.
I go for it.
Go ahead.
Alright, so earlier the question was about the prenup and shit, right?
Okay.
Oh fuck, I forgot. Hold up. It's fucking beer, man. It's getting to me. Oh, remember now. All right, you guys have all been in long-term relationships, yes?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Have you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I don't
What's considered long?
consider greater than 1.5 years. Let's say. Yeah.
After is like right there.
Okay.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like consistent?
What? What do you mean? You qualify already.
No, I'm just asking.
Shut
the-
up.
The population.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just
Alright.
when I get hop into too personal details, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, how do you know whether or not this girl is the one or not? Do you guys know yet? Because even to this day, I still don't know how to determine it yet. Yeah. Do you guys know?
You know, when I look back, I think how you determine it is more so like when you look at how problems are dealt. I think that's the biggest. Well, one of the like good indicators for like, hey, is this actually gonna work? Is like if you're like the type, oh, like there's a problem and you just brush it to the side, or like you don't fully solve it. It does like give you indication of how things are gonna go in the long term, right? And then the more or the longer you are in that relationship, right, and then you keep that same habit up, it's just gonna lead to worse results, right? It's like initially, okay, you have a problem, blah blah, cool. Like we've been dating for a month, like oh, like I like this person, it's not that bad. Like we'll just continue,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But then, boom, you're 2 years in, 3 years in,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you have the exact same thing. It's like, okay, well now the consequences are bigger, because then you'll feel like, oh, did I waste my time, or is this even doable? You know?
Yeah. A lot of
So,
people get stuck in those situations actually. Like
so
they feel like they invested so much time already that they like completely forget about how people deal with problems and the same problems keep occurring.
mhm.
That's like a really big issue that I think that you tackled, that it is true. Like how they deal with problems is a really, really big key factor in whether you're gonna stay together or not, or they're the one. The one, if there really isn't even a thing.
True. That was my follow-up question, but Brian, go first.
I think for this, it definitely depends. Cause like someone, like I feel like someone that I thought would have been like ideal for me at like let's say early college versus someone now, I feel like are two different people. If I were to find that completely ideal one,
okay.
but I'd say if you find someone that can, what's the word, compliment you in a way. So like in this one thing I saw, so let's say your goal is with your relationship, right? You want to be at 100%, because 100% means that you're in a happy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So to find someone that's the one would be someone that if you're not at 100, let's say it's 50-50, okay? If you're at a 40% today, that other person should be able to cover the extra 10. They're gonna be 60 in the relationship. Like, oh, you're sad, they'll do extra amount. They're having a bad day, you're and you do the extra amount. So you kind of like compliment them in a way. But there also comes to times where you guys both aren't able to do it. And then that's, I guess, where you can communicate like, oh, we're both not like in the right like day or whatever. And then we'll just both like, I guess, suck it out.
Okay, but you guys always talk about problems though.
Mhm.
But like, okay, now let me just go follow. My follow up is there such thing as the one?
Well, okay. We'll leave with the problem one. The only reason why we leave with the problem is because for anyone, you can have different amounts of good situations. Like, there's not going to be a happy situation that I think of that will make me decide if someone's the one. But if I know that they're ideal in terms of dealing with the bad situations, then that's all that matters, right?
Let me counter that. So let's think about the first time like you and let's say your long term girlfriend said I love you to one another, and you get like that feeling. You know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
That feeling.
Yeah.
That first time you get that feeling.
Don't knock that class. Don't knock that class.
No, I'm good.
Get his ass.
I was about to. Wait, let me get two of these.
What is that? Is it B?
It's like a fucking little.
Don't knock my laptop out of it. Oh,
Oh, I hit it.
Right under you.
You're gonna kill. You're gonna climb over the bottle cap. You're better than the Karate Kid, man. Holy crap, dude! You have so much confidence in yourself. You're unstoppable.
you thought you were gonna catch him with two bottle caps.
He thought he was God. Alright, my bad. Go.
Go
No,
ahead,
I already know where I kind of feel like I know where JD's gonna go with this question, but continue.
Well, I forgot what I said. Fuck.
Something about the one.
So he said about
Oh, the love thing. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So think about that first time, like you and that long-term significant other said, "I love you," and you get that feeling. You know about that feeling where you're like, "Oh my god, like I feel so good," right? You get me?
Okay.
So that doesn't matter when you consider the one. It only matters when it's the problems that matter. Like you don't care about like those things that happen like when you're so happy.
No.
And like when you feel like on top of the world when you're with that person.
No, it does matter, but it's not a deal breaker. A deal breaker is the problem.
Oh no. I'm saying that like, let's say you never have those moments that like the one I just talked about. You never had that moment, but you guys also always go through your problems and deal with it. Is that more important to you?
Oh, in priority wise?
Yeah, like when you're considering the one. Like I consider that. Like I consider the positive moments to be there too.
No,
Like,
because why the fuck would I care about problems of someone I don't care about?
No. I'm saying like, okay, so let's say like everything's all good. You're with this girl for a long time. Okay. But like that feeling of like that really feel good on top of the world feeling, it never comes with this girl.
Okay.
Let's just say it never comes. But the relationship is so good, and you guys always work through your problems together. Is she considered the one to you?
I guess if you're talking about the love thing, then
yeah,
because that's like, if you're gonna continue with someone that you don't love, then what's the point of continuing? But I'm saying it's a bigger deal breaker early on, because you're not gonna find out whether or not you love someone until like later on.
Mm-hmm.
But you can figure out whether or not you can deal with problems with that person early, right? So that's why I'm saying like that's my first thing to knock out. I'm never gonna get to the part of worrying whether or not I love them if I can't even deal with the problems. So if I can deal with the problems first, then later on, I don't love this person, then that's out of the ballpark. But I'm not gonna worry about whether or not I love them before I worry about whether or not I can talk it out with them.
What?
Damn. That's crazy. Now, what if you flip that? What if you love them first,
Yeah.
and then you realize, then you have to go through the problems, and then you're like, shit, can we deal with it or not?
No, it's flipped all the time.
I feel like it's usually, for the most part, like you catch feelings for them first, like you like them a lot, blah blah, and then the problems hit, and then when it doesn't work out, you're like, fuck, that shit hurts.
But like he's talking about like the extreme and the love, and like I think liking someone, like having some sort of attraction, that's fine. But like if you're not gonna be like tripping about like the love part, or you're not gonna get to that far if like you haven't had a problem. Like
I don't know. That's really hard to say because like you could like literally like have this spark with somebody like Khloe Kardashian and fucking Tristan Thompson love like 3 weeks in, like you really love that person so much in 3 weeks that you're down to get married.
But like
and you don't face any problems yet, right?
Okay.
That's true, yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like I wouldn't give it that as much consideration because like I'd also be aware like okay maybe I'm like pushing myself too far on this one, like this is a reach.
I don't know because like that now you're just like negating what they call like the honeymoon phase, you know, like when you're just happy for that first year. You get me? Like the honeymoon phase where everything's all good because you guys are so in love and there's no problems and shit. So basically, like you're basically, let's just say you're already in love with this girl. Let's just say.
Okay.
And now all these problems come up.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Well, if the problem comes up, it depends on how the problem was dealt with. If like, how to say it?
But also when you're considering this, I want you to already consider that you guys already said I love you to each other and you had that feel good feeling.
Okay, did I say I love you just to say I love you, or did
No, you felt it.
Yeah,
but now you have problems a year later. So it's 2 years into a relationship now.
Then I think that just comes down to like how like one, how old am I? Is this the last girlfriend I'm ever gonna get? And, like, am I 27 and like I gotta go back from start one, like stuff like that? You got what I mean? Like if it's something like if you gave that same scenario, right? Like me in high school, I probably wouldn't be as like tripped out about it because like okay, I'm not missing out on the one at this age. Like there could be someone else later, right?
Like you'll have more chances to
versus like
like when you're like 30 or like whatever age where you feel like oh shit, like I need to I guess like find this person now because I'm low key running out of time.
I guess that ties back to the thing you said about like some people are so far in the relationship where they can't let it go. I think that's valid at certain age categories. Depending on the situation. Obviously not like toxicness, but like that does have a like, I guess, because I feel like at some things like, or my mindset is 90% of the problems can be fixed through communication. And if not, then you guys definitely just weren't meant to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I completely agree.
So I think for time thing, like if I feel like they say it's time that they're staying, but more likely it's like they're just probably open to like working it out regardless.
I mean, some couples do are.
I think some couples our age do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more likely they are like younger age versus like older. I feel like that's not really.
Dude, I think we like older generation. They would just say like, "Fuck it, we'll stick it out."
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're talking about older generation.
Like
our
okay, yeah,
parents?
like think about it. Like like your parents, like their generation would be. I would think they're more willing to just stick it out.
We talked about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
For like it's like most of the time it's like for the kids, right?
Yeah.
Versus like people our age now, we're like, if I'm not happy, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah,
But that's a different thing though. Like they're sticking out at the kid stage, but like let's say for us, we wouldn't be at the kid stage, so we have no, I guess, sort of guilt of splitting because the only two people that it would affect are
It's just you and the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the part that we're talking about.
I mean, still, even like if two people were together and they invested 10 years into each other, they already know like this one person not gonna leave me because they invested so much time. They can just do whatever they want, and the situation gets worse and worse. But I feel like if you're in a 10-year relationship and you somehow quote unquote fall out of love, you should definitely end it there and not like say, oh, I invested so much time, so much effort, so much money in this person, rather than go like, hey, like, you know, maybe I have an opportunity out there, and then let this person have their opportunity too, because I'm obviously not the one if I don't love you too.
I think you gave like multiple scenarios in that one.
Yeah,
So okay.
a lot.
Let's say the first one. One person is aware that it's been so long, then that other person will never leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In that situation, I think it's out of that other person's control because this person's already aware, and I think that's somewhat of a possessive talk,
Yeah.
right? So that, we'll just say that relationship's never gonna last. It's up to the other person to figure out that intention. Two people falling out of love. That's I think valid for moving on.
Yeah.
But what was your third one again?
Third one is where one person is out of love, and then
The other one's still in love.
the other one's still in love. That other person that's not in love should let go of that person that's in love, just because you feel like this person, there's never gonna be somebody that loves you this much again. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's say I have a girlfriend, right? Okay, I do have.
You have a
Let's
girlfriend.
let's say if she like, really loves me, but I don't love her back, right?
Mhm.
But I feel like, hey, I'll never find someone out there that will love me as much as this. That's why I still stay with her.
Even though you don't love her.
Yeah. Like, I would feel guilty because I would think that, like, you know, she could be putting this effort in someone that really appreciates it. And then I could be finding someone that I actually like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that'd be more like a selfish thing. It's
Yeah.
like a disturbance to the other person.
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your original question again, JD? He's been.
It was a B.
It was
Is it B?
It was a B. Dead now a little
Does
bit.
Ren have to kill his ass?
What was your original question?
About whether or not whether or not there is the one. That was the original question. And then you guys were bringing up like problems and shit, but I was bringing out the love part.
Oh wait, I think for that question, I think there's, you know how like there's usually a right person, wrong time.
Wait, hold on real quick. Do you believe in that before you go on?
Right
Do you-
person, wrong time?
Yeah, do you believe in that? Everyone? No?
No.
Do you believe in that?
I have a different variation. I think right person for a certain period of time. Like even though you break up, you probably needed that relationship to grow a certain amount in that time period. It doesn't necessarily have to be that relationship should have made it to the end, but like that relationship did serve its purpose for the time being.
Okay, that's cool actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So like obviously like you could have exes and stuff like, oh yeah, sure, let's say it was going good and it or whatever, but at the same time you did benefit a good amount of it for that certain period of time. So regardless of that, I think it's still right person certain amount of time.
Mm.
Better than right person wrong time, because then you'll always have that like, I guess I wouldn't say guilt, I wouldn't even say doubt either. I don't know what's the correct word, but like it's always gonna be on the back of your head like, oh, maybe if we were dating now versus then. Yeah.
How about you guys? What do you guys think?
That's actually it's a hard question for me to answer just because like I don't think I've invested that much like that same amount of time with other people for me to compare like between I guess like relationships to the point where you're like, okay, honestly, if I look back, right person, wrong time. You know what I mean? That's the only problem for me. That's why it's hard for me to answer because I'm actually not sure.
I do believe in right person, right time. Actually.
Wait,
no, it's right person,
Right
wrong
person,
time.
wrong-
Right person, wrong time. Alright, right person, wrong time. Cause alright, think about this. You meet a really bad honey, right? But you're freaking 40 years old with 2 kids.
Okay.
You're not gonna party as much with her. But imagine you met her in college, you have the most lit time ever. Now, vice versa. You're like,
Oh no! But then that one's like, you're changing.
You're going like from.
No, you're changing your own age. Like we'll say like they're both like your same age. So let's say he goes back to college, she would still be in. We're not changing like your own age or her age at all. We're just changing like the time where you guys met. So if you're going back 10 years, she's also going back 10 years.
alright. I have an actually really good example. Okay, personal experience. Okay, so I met this girl before, right? She's like really boring, really like lame and shit.
Damn.
But she's chill though, right?
Okay.
Okay, but I was in like my college partying phase, right? Obviously, I don't want a chill girl. Like I want like more outgoing, outspoken, like having more fun and stuff like that.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, but like yeah, and then you could also kind of tell like she would be a really good mother, right? Or like a really good person to marry, right? And I was like not in that phase yet, right? So obviously, I'm not gonna get in a long-term relationship with her when I'm still going through my
Fun phase.
Your fun
right?
phase. Okay.
But now, like, let's do vice versa. If I was like getting older and then I have this one girl that was like having her fun phase, it wouldn't align with me too. But I feel like if I was younger, like back in my my old days, then or like whatever, like back then, it would align way better. It's just some situations you can see in different people too, like even your friends. Some people, like not just in a relationship, right? Just even in your friends, like I'll use Justin for an example. You know, like during college, it's not like right person, wrong time. It's always situational. It's like me and Justin during college, we never see each other, right? We're not like as close as we used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't consider him like, I did not. Fuck, I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. Like, dude, fuck. Yeah, something like, me and Justin didn't talk too much during like college because everybody's doing their own stuff, right?
Okay.
We still rekindle and come back after like during COVID when everybody came back. It's just wrong timing, you know. Like me and Justin were best buddies during when we were all busy, but when we came all back together, he's the right best friend. You know what I mean?
So yeah, so it is, like right person, wrong time then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys do believe in that too, right? Or because you guys said no. Right?
Well, I said I'm not sure, but like
I think
now I'm getting kind of convinced.
Not that I don't believe it, but I think I felt like my thing was more accurate for my experiences.
Okay, yeah, it's all based on personal experience. Yeah, what your experience is gonna dictate what you believe in, for sure.
Okay. Wait, Brian, go continue. Sorry, I interrupted what you said.
What was that?
You said right person, wrong time, and then I stopped you. But now I don't know what you're going into.
Oh, wait, I said right person for a certain amount of time.
No, I'm saying like you brought it up. You brought up the right person, wrong time. You brought it up, and then I interrupted you and said like, "Oh, does anybody else believe in that?" Remember when we're talking about the one situation?
And I said that I had my variation of it.
Yeah, he answered.
No, before that.
No, that was my lead.
No, that's probably.
Yeah.
Oh, after you're leading into.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, my bad.
Yeah. That's crazy though. But some people also say like, hey, if that's the right person, there'll never be a wrong time though. Do you guys believe in that?
Oh no, I think that's not you.
Really?
Yeah. If that's the right person, like there's definitely wrong times. Like you said, like different like goals or at certain like you're trying to get your shit done versus someone that's trying to like
Party or whatever.
mess up with it.
Oh, sorry.
Something.
Is it good?
Beast ass fly.
Yeah. I hear all of the fucking gripping.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I think there's definitely the thing you said, wrong time. But I'm saying I was saying for my situation, I think it's more, I guess, that's what I was leading with. I think it's more positive to look at it like that versus right person, wrong time, because I feel like right person, wrong time has like to some degree a level of regret, and I don't like having that type of mentality of it, because that will I think that leads to your like next relationship if you always have like some form of regret.
That's a good way to look at it, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a positive way to look at it. I was gonna say what I have like two perspectives about it. So like my older sister, she's been with her high school sweetheart her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
They've only been together like forever now. They're like in their 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and like there's like, or you can't really say like, oh, wrong person, or like right person, wrong time, because they were just like going through all their phases together. You know what I'm saying? So like they chose to work through those things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's why what you said earlier. What did you say? Like, if it's the right person, there is no wrong timing. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, which is why like I have experience with that, because my sister, like that's I've known him like, because they got together when I was basically born, so I've known him my whole life, and like they always find shit, but they always like it's all good at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen that firsthand.
All right, this might be a bolder statement for that. I think right person, wrong time is not really a thought process. I think it's an excuse. It's because you only say that once it's over, right? So it's more so like an excuse to tell yourself that's why it didn't work out. That's the only reason why I say right person for a certain amount of time, because it's not really a certain excuse, because I admit that it did benefit me versus like right person, wrong time. Like I'm saying it ended out of my control, but in reality it's always
like
in your
okay,
because you can
I see what
always
you're saying.
choose to not
I agree with that.
have fun.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You can always choose to like work it out.
Yeah.
But if you move past it, then that's when you say right person, wrong time, and then that's where it becomes an excuse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I agree with that.
Wait, I got a good counter for that though.
Okay.
So
Oh, shit.
let's say, alright, let's say I'm going to MD school, okay, and then I just met this girl, 2 years ago. We're like, dude, we're mad in love. But then I gotta go to MD school. We're in LA. We gotta go to New York. I gotta go to New York, but she has her career here. Could that be considered right person, wrong timing? And I have to stay 4 years here for med school, or is that just an excuse?
I think if they never if she's like persistent on, alright, so you have to be there.
Yeah.
What career could she possibly have where it's like you cannot like?
She's an LA mayor. So she has to be there.
So you're giving me
in
like
person. It's not remote.
but I think in most parts, if it's in two people, I'm not saying it's a universal thing. I think for the most part, when people say right person, wrong time, it's an excuse. I don't think it's always the case. There is right person, wrong time, but I feel like the majority of the people that bring it up is an excuse.
Yeah.
I mean that's a way for you to see it. Like I feel like if you do say, oh, right person, wrong time, it's definitely, as you said, like it's gonna be after the relationship is over, right? But it also is like you'll only usually say that after like a decent amount of time has passed, where you've like I guess come to terms with how everything ended, right?
So
you're not gonna like say that day after you guys broke up. Oh yeah, right person, wrong time. Like,
it's like we only broke up because it's the wrong time.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe. 23 is not gonna work
what
out
if
for
you
this.
just say that during the relationship?
Yeah. So like it's never gonna be said during a relationship. That's why.
I mean, for the
Are you
most
sure?
part, right?
Wait, actually, no, that's not true.
That's not
The
something
girl that I was just with said that. But not
I've
gonna,
actually-
we're not
Damn.
gonna say no names, but the girl that I was just with for like 6-7ish months,
Okay.
she said that during the relationship.
Yeah.
Before
But-
like it ended.
Before it ended, while we were still together.
Before
So,
like
but
the,
how-
like
how-
before
how-
the
Yeah.
problems came up, right?
But
But
how,
She said it like 4 months in.
But why would she even say it? Like what was the issue?
Because it's like more personal to her, but she was having her own problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all. She was having her own
Okay.
problems, and she felt like she couldn't be in a relationship right now.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said that during the relationship, and then after that we broke up. Shortly after, maybe like a month
That's
later.
why.
A month later. No. It was there's other shit going on, but
Okay.
that was like the main pushing point though.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, if like you're cool, with your significant other, and then they just bring it up out of nowhere, then
No, it was basically, but it was just like her own thing. We were cool the whole time.
But for her, she's saying wrong time on her end, not
Yes.
because of you.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay, I see.
Exactly.
Well, isn't that the case with like, let's say Ethan's situation, or like the one that he brought up, or like wrong time on his end, he's trying to have fun, but she's not.
Or he's trying to go to New York and she's the LA mayor. That's actually insane. Remote mayor.
No, because like those you can try to do like long distance. You know what I'm saying? But like her situation is completely out of her control. You know what I'm saying?
Like it'd be a family problem.
Yeah, hers is like a family problem, which is the main reason.
Don't answer that.
Who
That guy's an idiot.
is it? Tell him to
Don't
pull
bleep
up.
that out too.
Tell him to pull up.
All right. Do you have anything else to lead with that one? 'Cause I think that's a pretty good one to end it with.
What did I say? I forgot.
The right person, wrong time. Anything else to build on that?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that I agree with what you said. It's good to always look at it as a positive note, cause
No. So for the right person, wrong time, I'm not saying it's never a valid reasoning.
yeah,
I'm saying more often than not, it's more in
excuse, yeah,
rather than this is why.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I would agree.
Yeah,
with that.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because no one ever like I feel like if you wanted to try in it, they probably wouldn't say it as often unless it's like a specific scenario in like let's say your scenario where like they did want to try but it's like wrong time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess we can just end it off there. All right.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Everyone-
Nice.
No, that sounds good.
Good.
That's
That was,
good. A good mix, parenting, and like.
Wait, so if you're having a threesome, what's those things the same answers?
All right. I'm gonna switch mine. I'm gonna go 8-2. 8-2.
No, I'm staying 5-5.
Fucking two ugly bitches though.
At least they're the same level. So if I get turned on, I'm gonna stay turned on. Get it? You guys?
Are you gonna stay turned on with two
No,
ugly
because
girls?
eventually you're gonna get used to the looks. 5-5, you're gonna get used to it. But you get 9 and 1, you're gonna be like when you see the one, you're like, you're gonna be like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
dude, no, but like, oh wait. Hear me out. There's a comparison coming in. Would you rather have a stable job that gets you okay money, or have a really good job, make like a chance risk and reward?
That's a percent.
Yeah, that's
That's-
the risk and reward one for sure. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh,
yeah,
you
fuck.
got you.
Yeah, that's true.
You got you.
Fuck. That's true, fuck.
Yeah. All
You
right.
don't want an exhilarating life? You
Oh,
wanna
give me the
fuck
10 and
two
0 then.
kids?
Give me the 10 and 0. Give me 10 and
You
0.
wanna fuck two
No, I'll go 10 and 0 now.
girls?
10-0.
Actually, never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, dude, next time you fuck, you're like, dude, I just had threesome with 110.
You don't have to
What's
talk
the
about
other-
the
yeah,
guy.
Just don't mention her.
yeah.
All right.
Shit, Madison Beer.
We'll end it off here. All right. Thank you for watching. I'm Brian.
Ethan.
Raymond.
JD.
We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Peace. Alright, let's run the fuck up. I only have 40 bucks to play with. 40 bucks to my name.
Don't lose.
Dude, literally paid off $2,000 credit card.
That's insane.
Wait, what? For what?
Dude, I bought Katie's big tickets, remember?
Oh, she's going with you?
Yeah, and mine.
Wait, she's what? Whose?
Katie's Drake tickets and mine.